That's the other tricky thing about the billionaire stuff is like these politicians are making billionaires the bad guys, saying that they got to pay their fair share when they know damn well that like billionaires exist outside of the tax code. So it's like you really saying we're going to tax them, we're going to get them to pay their fair share, but like that the tax code itself doesn't have any way to actually tax them. They're making capital gains money. They're not actually making income. They're taking loans out against their stock and then they're writing off the interest on the loans, as a loss against whatever money they do make. Like the tax code didn't plan on there being billionaires. So they don't have a way to like fairly tax them.
That's funny as shit when you think about it. Yeah, like somebody might have 60 horses. Yeah, you know what I mean? And 300
that
acres.
Won't happen.
$1 billion. God damn.
So it's this weird thing where it's like they've become the scapegoats, they've become the bad guys, but there's no actual way where you could tax them the way you want. So you know who you end up taxing? You end up taxing the doctors. You end up taxing the lawyers. You end up taxing all these people. I mean, us obviously included. I don't want to act like we're not scapegoat, but like. You end up taxing all these people that you don't intend to, and you tax them more, and then the billionaires still don't get taxed.
Yeah.
But you use them as a boogeyman. You use them as the bad guy, where it's like, why don't you communicate to your constituents that the billionaires exist out of the tax code? The tax code is based on taxing income, and they don't make income anymore. They've so much money that they don't need income, and that you have to find a new way to extract wealth from them, because all you're doing is putting the burden on that tax on the doctors and the lawyers and entertainers, some of us, and this group of people is going to pay more because this group of people that you've been rallying against isn't going to change at all. Mm. Right? Like,
no, that makes sense. The billionaire thing is so interesting because I don't think billionaires are inherently bad. I don't believe that whole logic
these
about
motherfuckers ain't even billionaires, Charlamagne. They're like,
it's net worth.
It's like they got $1 billion on paper, like they
in assets and stocks and stuff like that.
So like the valuation of your company is $4 billion and you own 50% of it, so you have $2 billion. But like, do you have $2 billion? Like, do you actually have it?
I don't know.
Like some of them, yes, because you can get loans to have that money.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they don't. But my point is that like something catastrophic could happen tomorrow, and then you have nothing. Whereas like
they can sell their stuff,
but someone got to buy it.
But you always got,
and it's like who's going to buy a company that's maybe not doing well?
When you see them lose a bunch of money, it's usually because like they lost a bunch in stock. Like,
that's what I'm saying. There are billionaires. There are like the real people who actually have homes and shit worth billions of dollars, like real estate around the world. Like these families do exist. Mm-hmm. But what we think of billionaires, a lot of these people that own these like stocks that have skyrocketed 200% over the last like 5 years, are they? Yes, they are.
Yeah.
How are you going to tax them? Like they're not taking that money out from the stock market.
So but I would say, and I feel that a lot of billionaires are, I wouldn't say necessarily bad people, but they're doing bad things. Like
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
So if you're worth so much, like a Bezos or like the Walmart billionaires or whatever, if you're worth that much, that means the company's worth that much. That means you could afford to pay your employees more.
Okay, you're conflating two things. You're right. See, what I was going to say prior was people always say that billionaires have to do bad things to get to where they are. I don't believe that, but I do agree that if you have a super multi-billion-dollar company, pay your motherfucking workers a livable wage, a living wage. You know what I'm saying?
And if you're actively not doing that, I still look at that as
I agree with that. I agree with that. If you're a multi-billion-dollar company, pay your fucking workers a livable wage. But I don't think that people become billionaires just because they did bad things. Some people become billionaires because they created something that became a necessity for people. Like just Steve Jobs. Did he not deserve to be a billionaire? We can't stop using these motherfuckers right here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, does Elon Musk not deserve to be a motherfucking multi-billionaire?
The issue isn't billionaire. Like, billionaire is just like this holding term. It's not about billionaire. It's about their people that exist outside of the tax code. And you would rightfully want them to pay their fair share or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, but I think that's part of it. But also the practices of those billionaires. I think it's fucked up.
Well, there's a moral issue. Like, I would imagine if these people are doing things that are illegal, then there would be some sort of justice for it. Mm-hmm. Now, could they do things like, for example, it is not illegal to pay somebody minimum wage. You would think if you're the most
true.
successful company in the world that you would pay your employees even more.
Yeah.
But they're not doing something that is illegal.
True.
Right? Like you would think that is the right thing to do, and it's a good thing to do, and it's a just thing to do. But they're not doing a thing that is illegal.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Whereas like we know that there's a lot of mom and pop places that like pay people less than that because they're making tips or whatever the fuck like that. So like technically that's illegal. But they can't afford to do it. So what we're looking at is somebody that has like astronomical wealth, and we're like, why aren't you treating people a little better?
Yeah.
And I'm sure those people would be like, motherfucker, I gave away $100 million to solve AIDS.
Damn.
What do you want me to do? You know, like in their mind, they're like, nobody gives away more money than me. How can these motherfuckers want more than that? And I think we're sitting here probably going, why don't you give that money to the people who work for you so that they can feel like they're making more?
I had a woman say that to me, man, and I thought it was so silly. I posted about how, Little Duval provided 35,000 meals in Jacksonville. I posted how Tyler Perry did the 1.4, he gave 1.4 million to organizations that, like food banks for people that don't have SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
And I did it like a carousel with, in the 400,000 plus meals I did in New York. And a woman in the comments said, why don't y'all just give us that money in our pockets? Nobody wants to go stand in line at a food bank. Like, God damn.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, that don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, I would rather help provide what a mass amount of people need as opposed to going around giving people cash, because the cash, I don't have enough cash. I can use that cash to provide more meals and groceries for people than I could going around just actually handing people cash. If I hand people cash, I might help 10 people.
Listen, there's
Give it to
another
the food bank, you help 100,000.
There's another thing where it's like, I don't know, but like if you pay your employees more, your company is less profitable, which I imagine would affect the valuation of your company.
Not them companies like Apple and fucking Amazon.
No, yes, it will.
I think it
Yes,
would
will.
too.
Amazon?
Yeah. Because
think-
then you're making less profit.
These guys aren't paying, they're not even paying taxes.
Yeah,
You
but I'm
understand what I'm saying?
talking about,
So if they're not even paying
So
taxes.
he makes a good point too, which is like if Amazon can make it look like they don't make any money
Yes.
at the end of the year,
Yes.
then maybe profiting isn't important. Again, I don't know. But like I agree with you. Maybe they feel like I can impact the world in a better way if I'm donating $100 million. But there's also a version where like a lot of people do that shit as a shield. It's like if you got billions of dollars, people hate you. So you got to do some nice shit so motherfuckers go, all right, listen, we hate him because he's rich, but he does, provide this for all these people. And he did try to solve the mosquito disease.
You got to be a compassionate capitalist. Would you want to be a billionaire?
No, I have no interest.
I got asked that question recently. Well, I didn't get asked. Somebody introduced me as that. Like I was doing an interview.
Put it this way, it's not a goal.
Yeah, it's not a goal.
It doesn't mean anything to me. For me,
It's not a goal.
There's a number where like I don't have to work and I can maintain the lifestyle I really like. And like that's to me the goal.
Numbers have never been my goals, yo.
That's good.
It's always wanting to do something. Like I have goals of things that I want to do. It's never like I want to be a billionaire. I want to make 100 million. It's never been that. Now, when you get put in certain positions and you start making certain investments and somebody tells you what you could make, you start thinking like, oh, you know what I mean? But it's not like I want to, what's that song? I want to be a billionaire so fucking bad.
Yeah.
What was that shit? That's never been my mindset. But I did an interview recently and somebody introduced me as a future billionaire. And I said, from your mouth to God's ears. But then when I thought about it later, I'm like, I would never be a billionaire probably.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because I know I personally like seeing multiple people getting money.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want to hoard all of that wealth. If I got $1 billion, I want to create like 1,000 millionaires then. You know what I mean? And when it comes to and philanthropy, I'd be giving a lot of it away. Like, there's like you make sure your kids are good for the future. Hopefully their kids can be good off what you leave for them. But everything else is like share the wealth, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I
agree.
Now, if you got a product that's just making you billions, it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh no, stop. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't want it. Like that's just stupid.
Yeah.
But I would still be just an amazing philanthropist. Like that shit that fucking Jeff Bezos' wife be doing. And that shit is amazing to me.
What? The ex-wife?
The ex-wife.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God. Like giving hundreds of millions of dollars to HBCUs, that's fly.
That's crazy.
Why is it crazy? Why is it crazy?
Nah, it's
Come
not.
on,
It's
come
just
on,
crazy.
Come on,
Like, it's
come on, let
crazy.
that misogyny fly. Why is it crazy? Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but
Nothing
come on.
misogyny. She built the company with him.
She did. That's right.
She was there from like day one. No
That's
bullshit.
right. And that's what people don't talk about enough.
And they should.
Yes. You a good woman help you build a great company,
That's
man.
why I had to get rid of her, because she was giving too much fucking money away. Well, you can't build a real company when you got some lady trying to give $100 million away every single fucking day. He's like, how am I supposed to build this business? How am I supposed to go to the moon when she's trying to give away the rockets? This girl trying to give away a rocket every single day. I'm trying to go to the moon.
I knew it.
I know.
What?
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
What?
I knew it.
It's true, and you know it's
I
true.
knew it. No, when I
No,
said
it's
it,
true.
when I said it, all the first thing that pops in your head is misogyny.
Me?
But you didn't say nothing. You let the cocktail mix. You know what I'm saying?
I do like to
you
mix
let
a cocktail.
You let the cocktail
I do like to
mix,
make a little
and you was like,
martini.
that's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Just.
And then once that shit was ready to go,
Then
you
I
shook
did
that
it.
shit up, poured it over the ice, gave it to you. You know what I'm saying?
Got you a little drunk, like that girl giving away hundreds of millions of dollars.
That's but listen, that's fly though. That's fly. And it is her money.
And I hope that she, gets the appreciation she deserves. Though I do think it's a little different, because I don't think people see it as her money. I think they see it as her giving away Jeff's money.
I wish I knew her. What's her name? That's the first
Melissa.
part of getting her the recognition she deserves, not calling her Jeff Bezos' wife.
And we don't even know her name.
I think it's Mackenzie.
I think it's Melissa.
No, I think it's Mackenzie. I think it's Mackenzie. Yep, Mackenzie Scott. Boom. Shout out to you, Mackenzie.
She married a teacher and then they divorced.
No.
Yeah.
She got remarried?
Yeah, and then they divorced.
You got half?
I don't think he got half.
Damn.
I think he's allowed to teach at one of them HBCUs now. Yo, do me a favor, man. Hey, do me a favor. Hey, excuse me. South Carolina State. Is that HBCU?
Yo, yes, Mackenzie, what you doing, yo? Mackenzie,
Yo.
South Carolina State need 20. What's up?
South Carolina State. Can you take on my man?
South Carolina State need 20.